Good morning.
I look so bad.
No, you
Good
don't.
morning.
Good morning.
Hello.
Welcome to a day in the life of authors.
I guess, technically.
I mean, the
As
book
of
was
next week.
supposed to come out
Today.
Got pushed 1 week, so next week we will be published authors.
That's crazy.
So, a little day in the
Oh my
life, little
gosh.
work day in the life.
Yeah, work day in life.
The plan was for this to be a day in the life of authors, and instead it's 2 days of mental health chats. That's all it is.
Is it?
Yes, that's all it is. It's like some struggles I'm having as a mom, why we went screen free with the kids,
Oh.
your anxiety journey and starting medication. So there's a little preview of what you're going to learn in today's video.
I feel like my anxiety medication has also brought out my little quirks. Don't you think?
Maybe because it like subdued the nerves and now you're like,
Now I can let myself be quirky.
there you go.
My quirks are out.
Love that for you.
I love it for you. You get to see my quirks.
I've always
Quirks
known you
and
to be
quarks.
quirky though.
I just want to go and get it.
Quirks and quarks.
Quirks and quarks.
No, I don't.
One person's gonna get it and they're gonna be 70.
Love that. Love that. Anyway, welcome to today's video. She loves the CBC. Okay, welcome to today's video.
Welcome to today's video. So first up, I cleaned the kitchen because
You
we
did.
didn't clean it. Usually I clean it in the night, but
But last night I was working and watching the kids because you went out for a walk with friends, and I didn't have time.
and then when I got home, I was like, let's just eat supper and I'll do it in the morning.
Yeah.
So I did that and then put the vacuum on upstairs, Penny.
Yeah.
And I decided I'm going to do a quick run before I get ready because what's the point in doing opposite?
Mm-hmm.
I'll get the girls out. Rosie had her spay.
She
Big
did.
day.
Big day. Long time coming.
I'll explain the whole
update.
story after.
Yeah.
So I don't have to get Rosie out, but I'll get these two out.
Yeah.
Then I'll get ready. Then we'll go from there.
A plan.
Oof.
And the kids we have about 4 hours of childcare this morning, so gotta utilize those.
I
Let's
know.
get to work.
We get so much done when it's like short amount of time. Well, we
We
always
have
only
to.
have a short amount of time. And so we always I make a very structured list.
And then I just
She
fly by
just
the seat of
follow-
my pants.
Yeah, I'm like, well, here's our priorities. You do whatever else. Also, this is my newborn child.
Look at her.
She just, she loves to get picked up.
She's a cuddly baby.
It's so cute. Denise, look.
Oh, look at her.
I love that she asks me to pick her up now.
She's such a baby.
Oh my god.
Really, 9:43. I just finished answering all of my emails for the morning. Actually, one more just came in I might get to, or I might put it off for later. And I did 2 voiceovers because Allie was out, so the house was quiet. And those are ready to get up. Next is just more computer work. It's nothing fun, but maybe we'll shoot some fun content or something. Who knows? But I feel like my morning always starts with like getting ready and computer work on work days. Stuff's gotta get done. Changed my shirt to shoot some stuff and then realized that I actually had some scripts due. So sometimes when you're shooting content for a brand, they want, and I mean it makes sense, for you to send over a script. So basically all of your talking points, everything you're gonna say in your voiceover or like your face-to-face chatting with the camera, so that they can approve it, so that you don't say something like wrong or completely inappropriate that they need to then reshoot and it's taking everyone longer. So I made that script, I sent it over, and then I had like a bunch more emails come in and things I had to do. So I did those. It's currently 11 o'clock. Allie's currently on the phone upstairs doing some calls about the book. So it ended up getting pushed from today. Today was supposed to be launch day to next week. Do I know why? I honestly don't. It had something to do with Amazon is all I know. I think it had to do with needing more copies of the book, which is a good problem to have. So there's that. I can finally share with you because I know how you guys are going to be able to get signed copies. First 200 of you to order through Mango, our publisher, are going to be able to get a signed copy from us. Or another option is going to be coming to a book signing. I know we're doing one for sure here in Halifax. Again, the date is a little up in the air because the book got pushed a week. So it was supposed to be this weekend. It's supposed to be on Saturday. It's not on Saturday, but that will also be an option. We'll be doing a book signing and you could come and get your book signed, hang out with us, come chat, take some pics, hang out. I'm excited. But once I have the link for our publisher through their website for those 200 books, I will let you know when the signed copies go live. I know a lot of people have been asking how they could get a signed copy. That is how. So, exciting stuff. Exciting stuff. The chaos that is our living room. This is real life. You're seeing real life. This is what happens when the kids are screen free. Ooh, let's talk about that. The kids are now completely screen free. So this is what the house looks like in the morning once they are done playing. Well, I'm still vlogging. Have you been?
You didn't show me where the camera was.
It was sitting right beside you on the couch.
I was not there.
You were sitting on this side of the couch. The camera was on this side the whole time. What did we just take a photo of?
We're doing a giveaway.
We are.
Our book with Bird and Bee.
We are. They're the prenatals, postnatals, ovulation strips.
Postpartum.
Well, postnatal or antenatal. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Either way, it's fine. So we just shot the giveaway. I was showing them the house. We have to tell them that the kids are screen free. A lot of stuff to talk about. About Rosie's spay. Rosie and I were just playing outside together. She's in good spirits.
She's not playing, don't worry. Just like...
She took her ball and walked around. I wouldn't let her play.
Do you want to know?
Why don't you tell them? Sure. Here. Allie's favorite thing, I think, in the whole world is dogs.
I love dogs.
So she's ready to talk to you about our dogs.
I love dogs.
All right, dog chat. I'm going to get this done before I have to go get the kiddos.
Let me tell you about Rosie's spay journey. So Rosie's 3.5, pretty old to get a spay. We didn't put it off because we didn't want her spayed. We do want our dogs spayed, especially because we like to take them to dog parks and things like that. And obviously if they're in heat, they can't go to things like that when they're fertile. Anyway, Rosie had her spay booked when she was young, and it got canceled by the vet because I think the vet had COVID. Then it got booked again. And then it got canceled because of a different reason from the vet. And then she had heat again. And so we had to wait. And then we booked it and then we canceled it for some reason. We were going to be away, I think. And then this kept happening. So eventually I convinced myself Rosie was not meant to get her spay because something was going to happen. I know, that is ridiculous. In that time period, Rosie also developed anxiety, which she did not have before. And then by the time we were like, okay, let's do the spay, they were like, let's wait, because Rosie couldn't even walk into the vet. We had to like get multiple people to carry her from our car into the vet. And it was just traumatic. So they wanted her anxiety a little bit more at bay before putting her through a surgery where she'd have to be left at the vet. Long story to say that finally Rosie's anxiety is doing a lot better, and so is mine. So me and Rosie were ready to book the spay. That is why her spay took so long. Partially me, partially Rosie. Two anxiety girls. Two medicated girls. Did I tell them I started anxiety meds? Probably not. So I started some anxiety medication. Me and Rosie. Rosie's been on hers for a while. I started mine in the start of April, 2 and a bit months ago. I didn't really know that I needed it for a while. I would say it was gradual. Do you think, what? I don't know what you're...
Needing anxiety meds?
My anxiety.
Yeah, maybe.
It's crept up. Because it used to be specific things I was anxious about.
You had like phobias.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't say
flying,
phobias.
or the dog's dying. You were scared of flying.
I had like specific fears, and then I could go to therapy. Why did it go light like that? I would go to therapy, and then I could deal with that one issue. I could deal with like my health anxiety, and then it was gone, and then the pet anxiety was at bay, things like that. But then it was just all the time, and I didn't have a reason. So then we went away one night, and I was so worried about the pets, remember?
Yeah.
And I was like, I wish I could just sit here and enjoy instead of like feeling like there was an emergency in my soul. And then you said, that's not normal. Most people
did, and you didn't even realize.
Feel like there's an emergency in their soul 24/7. And I said, really? I didn't know that. I thought everyone did. Everyone's chest felt like in panic all the time. That's not true. Not everyone does. So I got to the doctor and said, I think I have anxiety. Well, we knew that. I was diagnosed with generalized anxiety by a therapist a while ago. Anyway, the doctor said, take this quiz. And then I scored the highest I could on the quiz. Anxiety.
Really?
Yeah, I got the highest score.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah. So they said, yes, you definitely could benefit from an anxiety medication. I started on escitalopram, I believe it's called. I've noticed a difference. What'd you say?
Oh, yeah.
Rosie says yes. I say yes to in many ways. I'm not as worried about the pets. I went on a few trips without panicking. I'm still nervous of flying and stuff, but like to a lesser degree. It doesn't stop me. I can let the house be a bit more messy, I think. Like Alyssa came over last night and I didn't clean. That was pretty good. She's not listening.
No, not listening.
Usually if a friend would pop by, I'd be like, panic, clean. But I've been able to just be like, this is the house. I didn't realize that was anxiety manifesting in different ways. What an improvement. I didn't even know that all of these things were anxiety. Overall, I'm so happy that I started it. So yeah, me and Rosie are medicated girls and we're really happy. Yeah, anyway, that's my anxiety story. And I'm so happy that I started it. So Sam took the boys out to do some thrift shopping this afternoon and I got some work done. I got a reel up, I did some editing and just like did some emails with brands and stuff like that. And then I'm doing a quick tidy. So I just did the dishes and okay, I don't know if we showed you guys this yet. This is our robot vacuum slash mop and it is freaking amazing. This is not an ad for the vacuum. Hi, Ben. Hi, beautiful angel. We were just doing some training, so the animals are like, more treats. I feel like this has made my life exponentially easier because I used to spend a lot of time doing the floors every day. We have 5 animals and toddlers, so obviously the floors are like disgusting. But this robot has its own station. It goes there, it like washes the mop, it dehydrates the mop pads, it re-wets them. All you have to do is like empty the dirty water and refill the clean water every once in a while, and it tells you when. It's super easy. You can literally start it from your phone. So honestly, this probably saves me half an hour every day because every day I would vacuum the house and wash the floors because like we actually have to or our feet turn black from walking and it's like so gross. So this has honestly saved me so much time. I feel like it's given me a bit of time back in my life. Yeah, the boys will be home soon and then I think Sam might just drop them off and I'll do supper and get them ready for bed, and then she's going to do some errands. Rosie needs some meds, and I think she's gonna go for a run. So that'd be nice. Oh my gosh, I have so many pets. Whenever I see them all together like this, I'm like, we have so many animals. Are you guys all best buddies? Yes, you are. Oh my gosh, you get along so perfect. We're so lucky they get along. You have to pee, Angel. Do you have to pee-pee? All right. Well, I'm gonna untangle the vacuum thing and let the galleys out and I'll see what is going to be for dinner tonight. I realized we have an avocado that needs to get eaten. I always keep frozen bananas on hand, so I'm going to make the boys some ice cream. Essentially what I do is I put frozen bananas in the blender, usually the food processor, but I dropped it, I tripped and I dropped it, so we're using the blender. Hi baby. What? We're gonna put avocado, frozen banana, hemp seeds, and then we give them like I don't know, this milk. It's like a protein almond, I don't know, cashew. It's this, whatever milk's on hand, we'll put in it. Just a little bit of milk, not too much liquid or else it's not ice creamy. And then sometimes I put a scoop of peanut butter. So it's like a protein ice cream. So it gives them all the good stuff. Sometimes I'll put spinach in it. If we have any, actually we do have some. I'm gonna call it Grinch ice cream. They're gonna love this. Smalley.
Vacuum's cleaning while we work. So very much still content creators. So I just shot a skincare campaign. Allie is currently shooting a campaign for Allie and Sam, the parts that I'm not in. I'm gonna get cleaned up for the day now because obviously couldn't have makeup on to do skincare. So I did that. I have to do some reshoots for a campaign where some shots just didn't work well. And then I have to shoot another campaign with Allie. So a lot to do, and that is because I was away last week. So it's just what happens. Sometimes you have a a lot on the go. We are also trialing a new babysitter this morning. We've had amazing success with really good childcare, but our like #1 used babysitter is leaving us. She is moving. Sad about that. Actually, I'm gonna use a little bit of eye cream because I didn't when I was shooting. So she's leaving us. We need to find some new people, and then also we want to be able to do more date nights. So that is something I'm hoping for. People that are free in the evening so we can go out once the kids are in bed. I'm gonna use this. This is so weird, but it's a Lift and Firm boob mask body lotion. It's like skincare for your body, and it is supposed to help just like firm up skin, because I don't know if any of you remember this. I'm just gonna do it while I talk to you. So when I breastfed the kids, my boobs went from like a B cup to, I don't even want to say, they went very, very large, and they haven't gone down to as small as they were, but they have gone down. But from going from not breastfeeding boobs to breastfeeding boobs to now not breastfeeding boobs, they have shriveled up a lot. I love my body. I just wanted to see if it would help like firm up the skin now, because they were so stretched, you know? That's the vibe. It's a busy morning. I just hope I can get this all done. It's part 2. Day 2 of a day in the life, because I feel like we didn't get enough the first time. I always do this. Why do I even call it a day in the life? I should just do weeks in the life. Makes more sense, honestly, but here we are. Also, I am so tired because Triggs decided that at 11:45, well, first, they wouldn't go to sleep last night. They were up, the twins, until 9:30, keeping me running. I've been really struggling lately, like kind of mental health-wise, because I feel like I have no me time, because they wake up so early. They wake up like 6 a.m. most days now, and so it's not like I'm getting up before them to have some me time. I used to have time in the evenings because they go to bed at like 6:30, 7 o'clock, and I'd have naps to work. Now they don't want to nap, they don't want to go to sleep, and they wake up early. So I have like 30 minutes from 9:30 to 10 before I go to bed to like hang out with Allie or like do what I want to do, and it's sucking, honestly. To be completely honest, to be completely real with you, I need more me time than that. So feeling a little frustrated, feeling very behind on work, because normally I work during naps and they're not napping, and I'm not complaining. Oh my gosh, not one of those influencers who's like, my job is so hard. My job's not hard. It's just I'm also kind of a stay-at-home mom. Like, I'm a work from home mom. Like, I have a few hours of childcare a week, but besides that, I know my job is not hard. I know that. I'm just feeling stressed about a lot of deadlines and things on my plate, and not having enough time for myself outside of motherhood. What I was saying though is I'm also exhausted because I got an entire maybe hour sleep in my bed before Triggs woke up and insisted that I sleep with him. So him and I went to the guest room like we do, but I do not sleep well when I sleep with the kids because I'm constantly waking up to check on them to make sure they're okay. Any little noise they make disturbs me, and then also I feel like I'm very on guard when we're sleeping in the guest room. So I don't know, maybe it's because there's no dogs and I trust them to keep me safe, but any tiny noise in the house, like if I hear a cat running, that wakes me and I'm like up and alert, and so I'm up a lot in the nights, and I feel like I just don't get enough sleep when I sleep with them. So you're probably saying, Sam, just don't sleep with them then, just like say to them, sorry, you're sleeping in your bed. I wish I could do that, but also, I don't know, it's not my parenting vibe, but it's also a surefire way to let him wake up his brother. It goes both ways. In the middle of the night, if one of them wakes up crying, it will wake the other baby, and then instead of sleeping with one, I'm gonna eventually just end up sleeping with 2 babies, which is twice as worse for my sleep. This is just real mom chats, you know? I feel guilty because I have the childcare a few hours a week. I want to talk about that too. I have childcare a few hours a week, Allie and I, so that we can get work done, and I feel guilty when I'm not with them every minute of the day. I do, because I feel like their childhood is just going so fast. Like, their babyhood, they don't feel like babies anymore. They tell me they're big boys. I mean, they're 2. They tell me that they're big kids. They want to play with the big kids. It's breaking my heart, and I feel like it's going so fast, this whole childhood thing, them being little kids, and it's 2 at once, so I feel like I'm gonna lose both of them at the same time because they're growing up so fast, and they're gonna start school at the same time, and then they won't be home all day, and then they're gonna go to high school at the same time and not want to hang out with me anymore, and then they're gonna go to university or college at the same time or move out, and Spiraling. Told you I'm spiraling a lot lately. My mental health is not good. I think I need to chat with my therapist. I've not seen her in a while. And anyway, I need to get ready. So why don't I stop yapping? I'm such a yapper. I'm like a certified yapper. And I was telling someone this the other day and they're like, I can't believe you have social anxiety because you just like don't seem like it. But I have a conversation with someone. I'll be replaying it in my head for the next like 3 weeks about everything I said that was silly, everything I misunderstood. Like, I'm really hard on myself. And I will say, I think that one reason that I'm kind of good at this job, I don't know, I'm good enough that it's my job. I wouldn't say that I'm a big content creator, but it pays the bills. It's fun. Some of you guys like watching these, is because I can yap without needing anyone to respond to me. I can fill a silence, and I will overshare and then hate myself for it for the foreseeable future. I said things in the 6th grade that I still think about, that still like keep me up at night, where I'm like, I can't believe I said that. And they definitely don't remember. They're not up at night saying, I can't believe that Sam said that when we were 11. But it keeps me up. Anyway, that's a lot of confessions. Now I'm gonna go think about how I overshared to you. Has instead turned into a massive mental health chat video. So I guess let's continue that and talk about why we went screen-free with the kids. So a lot of you might remember that we didn't introduce the kids to screens until they were like 18 months, closer to 2 years old, I think. And even then it was just mostly when we were traveling to keep them entertained. This winter, we were sick a lot. If you've been watching the vlogs, I'm sure you've seen and thought, why are you sick all the time? Honestly, I thought the same thing, still think the same thing. I don't know. Toddlers are crazy. I don't know if it was twice as bad because we had twin toddlers, but we were sick a lot this winter, like a lot. So it led to a lot of TV time. When I'm saying screen time also, our kids don't have an iPad. They don't play games on a phone, nothing like that. It's just TV time. TV became more of a staple in our home because they were sick. We wanted them to sit and rest. Our boys are really busy and active, so we were looking for distractions to keep them sitting in one place to let their bodies heal. And that turned into like a bit of an addiction for them. It is wild how quickly it happens that kids become addicted to screens and TVs. And it is wild. And I wonder how much of children's TV is actually made to like get their little brains addicted so that they're watching more and consuming more and then buying the products and getting their parents to buy the toys. You know, it feels like a slippery slope. So the twins got to this point where they were asking to watch TV all the time. We'd be like, let's read a book. And they'd say, oh, let's watch TV. And then when we'd say no, they'd have big tantrums. And then we also were noticing what felt like a correlation between their behavior and screen time. So it felt like if they were watching TV, they had less control kind of their emotions. They were very dysregulated, a lot of tantrums for the rest of the day, a lot of big feelings, a lot of, I want to watch more TV, acting out, which is all normal toddler behavior, but we were noticing on those days that they got to watch TV, it seemed a lot worse. So we decided that we were going to cut the screens cold turkey and do like a screen-free summer. And that was, I want to say, at least 2 weeks ago. One morning, the kids woke up at 5 a.m., both of them, and Allie and I said, why don't we just let them watch one Paw Patrol show while we like close our eyes and try to get like 30 minutes more sleep? And it was a horrible mistake because for the rest of the day, the behaviors that we had been noticing were through the roof. And we've been noticing that when we're not doing screens, we're not seeing as many of those big behaviors, as those big feelings, those big outbursts, those huge tantrums where they're hitting and they're kicking and they're screaming and they're really losing it. It feels like when they watch TV, they're just so dysregulated for the rest of the day. And they'd been doing really well. Of course, they're toddlers. They still have tantrums. They still act out. Like, they have big feelings. That's normal. But it just felt like when they were watching TV, it was so much more. Like, so much more extreme. Took longer to calm down from those big feelings. That day, when they got to watch screens, it was really bad again. And since we haven't watched screens since, I honestly don't know if I'm ever going to let them watch TV again. But in general, since we've cut the screens, it's been great. The kids are playing more independently. They are enjoying each other's company more. They're having an easier time regulating their emotions. They've stopped asking for TV too. It only took a few days for them asking all the time, being like, can we watch a show? Can we watch a show? Can we watch a show? And we weren't even watching that many shows. It's just wild how quickly it happens. But I've noticed a huge change in their behavior, and I have noticed just like more calmness in the home. They're playing with their toys more. They're playing independently more. They're not as bored, I feel like. Their brain isn't as like wired to having all this stimulus all the time. They're having an easier time sitting down and reading. They're having an easier time sitting down and building block castles and playing with their Duplo. We just got Duplo for the first time. They're loving that. You know, I just feel like for us, it's been really good. I mean, it's only been about 2 weeks of no screens, if not maybe 3 weeks. And it's been good. It's been really good. So just wanted to share that and kind of a longer form chat about it because we've talked about it on Instagram, but this just gives me more chat time to yap at you about why we did it, what we're noticing, and yeah. I haven't looked into any of the studies about this. I know that there is lots. I haven't looked into the science of it. This is just my own personal feelings and what I'm noticing with my children in my house and what Allie's noticing with our children in our house, you know? Also, I know it's a pet peeve of some people when I say my children and not our children, but it's just me talking to you. So it feels more natural to say my children because it's me talking to you. If Allie was here, we say our children because they're our children, but they're also my children and they're also Allie's children. Like if Allie said my children, it wouldn't offend me. You know, if she was talking to someone and said, oh, my kids, my baby, my toddler, because it is hers and it is mine. And they're ours, you know? I don't know. Anyway, that's a little yap about going screen free and how it's been really, really good in our house. Let me show you the Duplo. So first, again, the mental health chats. Oh, this closet drives me crazy. I am always on the hunt for something to do with my hands that isn't pulling out my hair. I have trichotillomania, a hair pulling disorder. Again, I told you, big mental health chats. So I started making Lego. I'd never done Lego. It's so fun. I have this one, and then I also have this bouquet. There's more of them that are built here, but I lost the stems, so I need to find them. But anyway, I had shared that I was doing Lego, and Lego said, hey, can we send you some more? And I said, thank you. So thank you, Lego. That's amazing. So they sent me some for myself. They sent me this 3-in-1 kit. That's all these fun little guys, and then they also sent me this 3-in-1. This is what I want to do next. Oh, a typewriter with the flowers, and that's gonna look so cute in this library. I love it. But they also said we sent something for the kids, and the kids love it. Let me show you. I want to start sharing more of what toys the kids are enjoying and what they actually like playing with. Also, let me show you the playroom. It is messy, but I wish I had a playroom like this when I was a kid. Look at this. So we just thrifted. The tag's still on it and I still need to clean it up. But we thrifted this egg chair for $14 and it is a sensory chair. It also spins, supposed to be really good for regulating, having quiet time. We have their climbing equipment that can come out really easily. Their kitchen, I have to fix that door, just some storage. This is the Duplo set that they got. So it's a little smart train, and when he rolls over, he's not on, but when he rolls over these little inserts that the kids can put anywhere along the track, there's a bunch of them. The train does special things. Anyway, this is their first ever Duplo, which is big Lego blocks, if you didn't know, set. Something is happening with my camera. If this video feels like a little jumpy at starts and ends of clips, it's because I am pushing record, sitting down, starting to talk, and then sometimes it's missing like the first 30 seconds when it says it's recording, or it just is suddenly stopping before I clicked, and I don't know what's going on. Anyway, Duplo, great. I've been thrifting a lot for the kids. I know Allie said that I went thrifting in this video. I got that egg chair. I got some Paw Patrol stuff for the kids. I love thrifting, and I've been doing really good with it, honestly. I've been getting some great deals. But I wanted to say that one of my goals for this year is to thrift thoughtful gifts for people. I'm sure I'll still give them some new stuff, but when it comes to like Christmas and birthdays, I want to work on thrifting because I feel like there's this stigma when it comes to thrifting and buying things secondhand that it makes it not as good. But honestly, there are some things that I have in mind. She'll never see this. So for instance, my sister, I got her, if you watch my other YouTube, the booktube, I've talked about this, but so I thrifted her this family tree book that I know she'll just love. She likes sentimental things. She likes old things. She likes physical things. I know she'll love getting to fill this out and having like a physical record of family history. So I got her that. I'm on the hunt for quilts. She loves quilts. So if I find a really beautiful handmade quilt, I want to grab her that. My niece is really into the Babysitter Club books, those really old ones. So I've been hunting for the ones she doesn't have. So I have those for her. For my nephew, my goal is to get him Lego and then sort it into like some kind of like fish tackle box based on Lego shape, because I hear that's how kids build Lego. I don't know, I have all these ideas for things that I think that people in my life would really love that I don't need to buy new. It's better for the environment, better for the bank account, and I feel like I just want to encourage more people to kind of take the stigma away from thrifting, because why do you need everything brand new all the time? Yes, I buy lots of new stuff, but also I love thrifting. I feel like you can do both. Just want to put that out there. So I want to keep an eye out though for thrifting Duplo, because Duplo is expensive, but I'm sure I'll be grabbing some new sets as well. But you know, like it's all about balance. It's all about balance. And I think I'm gonna get some really great thoughtful gifts for people. They're way up there, but I'm thrifting calico critters for my kids for maybe their birthday, maybe Christmas. They love little figurines and dollhouses and stuff like that. So I have them on my shelf because I think they're really aesthetic. Let me get them. Like, look at these. There's a little kitty. There's another little kitty. They're all in dresses. There's a little bunny. And there's another little bunny. These things are so expensive to buy new, but I found these, oh, little tail, oh my gosh, do you see that? I found these for like $8 for the 4 of them. Great deal. So just want to encourage you guys, thrift. I also just did a fun thrifting video on my my YouTube because I find fun. I prefer thrifting because like you never know what you're gonna get. I have like this wish list in my head of all these things that I want to grab. Oh wait, I also for my sister-in-law got, it's all for her. I don't know why. I am going to do a custom book bind of some of her favorite books. So she loves like Pride and Prejudice, these kinds of books. So I got this for $1.99, and what I'm gonna do is make a custom rebind. So this is a book bind that I just did. So this one, like I printed out the papers. I made this from scratch, sewed the printer papers together, and then I made this book. So it's a file folder. It is fan fiction. It's so cool. I made this. I made the hardcover. I made like every single thing about this except for some of the design elements I borrowed from other people who had great ideas. But so I want to do something like not a file folder that's specific to this fan fiction, but I want to make like binds of books for people. And I also for Christmas I'm going to be making, he'll never see this. If you do, Uncle Steve, stop watching this. Don't know why you ever would. I'm going to be making him a hardcover version of a book that he wrote. It's never been published. I just have all these like fun, crafty, creative things. I also want to do more like crafting on here with you guys. Like I have thrifted a bunch of fabric to make a tent, table playhouse thing for the kids. There's just so much on my head, so let's do that in future videos. Hold me to it, please. More thrifting, more fun creating things. I can, if you want to see like making books and stuff, I do that on my other YouTube, so go check me out there. But I don't know, I wanted to yap at you some more, I guess. Have you seen the book yet? Our book, Allie and I's book. Have you seen it yet? I know I showed you a little like, here's what the cover is gonna look like, but have you seen it? Here it is. Oh my gosh. It's a book. It's a real book. It's just, I think, so surreal. This is a story that I have wanted to tell from the beginning, our fertility journey. So if you don't know, this is our book, How to Make a Baby. It is part practical guide for queer people looking to grow their families. So we talk about different options. We talk about things from adoption to IUIs, IVF, donor conception. We're talking about miscarriage and lactation induction. We're talking about all kinds of things in this. And then it's also our story. So it's part practical guide, part personal journey. And I have just always wanted to make this because when we were going through fertility treatments, there wasn't anything out there that I found helpful personally for queer people. And I'm so thrilled that we were able to make this resource, and it comes out on June 17th. I had to think about it because the date changed. Oh my gosh. I can't believe this. So if you want to pre-order, the links are down below. This is our book. I still can't believe I get to say that. This is just so surreal. I really just hope that this helps someone. That's my only goal with this book, is literally just to help one person. So this is the book. I still can't believe it.
Angels. I missed my angels. Hey, what are you doing under there? Oh, a ball. Thank you. I like that she's like, this is your gift, don't take it.
Yeah, she's like, it's not actually yours, it is mine.
I
just want to show you that I have this. Allie came home from her eyelashes with a coffee for me. I like things iced. I like it sweet as can be. Hey, that was my thumb. I like it as sweet as can be. What is this? And Allie has got herself like addicted.
No.
Allie has got herself super into both McDonald's and Tim Hortons coffee. You used to like a fancy coffee, and now you're like, you know what? I want to drip Tim's.
Going and I see one in the vicinity, I'll be like, oh, I could always use a coffee with cream and sugar.
Also, yes, this is broken. Tell the Americans what a double-double is. They don't know. They don't have a Tim's.
They don't have, right. So it's 2 creams and 2 sugars. I don't even know what that means. Because usually I go to a nice coffee place and I put my own stuff in. Yeah. Unless I get a latte or a flat white. Usually I get a flat white or an Americano. So this is stark difference.
It's a stark difference.
I just randomly got one and I was like, this is tasty.
And now in the afternoons, she's like, oh, I don't want to make myself a coffee.
So I get one sometimes. It's weird.
It's funny.
I like it though.
Goldens.
So many.
How was getting your lashes done?
Good.
We got some shooting done this morning, like I was saying, our ads.
Now I have to edit those.
Now you gotta edit them.
I can't. It's 34 seconds, has to be 30.
I hate that.
Hi, Pennies. And then after I get the editing done, I'm gonna walk my angels.
Allie's daily routine.
Denise is getting to go a little farther now. Look at that.
Her shoulder injury is doing better.
Hi,
so Penny. Hi, honey. Hi, honey. Hey, no nipping, no. She says, I'm still a baby, guys. I got those nippers.
She's so
Hey, drop my arm, please.
So I'm going to take Elsie and Penise together on a little pokey. And poor Angel Rosie. She handled her spay like the most champ spay in the world. Like,
she's doing great. It looks good.
It's looking good.
She feels good.
It's looking good. I should explain.
Is she still on pain meds?
No, today's her first day without.
And she's doing good. She's been barking at the window, and I keep coming to be like, stop barking.
A little slimmer.
It's losing the uterus will do that to you.
Yeah, maybe it was all uterus.
Yeah. She wasn't overweight. It was just a big uterus.
No, she is. She gained.
She
had a weight gain.
She had a weight gain. People are going to say, yeah, we saw Snoopy. You have a thing for fat Goldens. Also, is today 1 year since Snoopy passed away?
No, Rosie.
Tomorrow. I don't know what the date is. She died on the 18th.
The 18th.
Isn't that today?
No, today is the 13th.
Oh, yeah, I have no sense of time.
On the 14th, we found out Snoopy G
that today was the 18th.
Cancer.
Yes.
And then she died on the 18th.
Yes.
My wife can't remember dates.
I can't.
Her life. Do you know my birthday?
Yes, September 27th.
Do you know any of theirs?
November 10th.
That's only because you had to know it for her medication.
I had to go get her prescription the other day.
When's hers?
I couldn't even tell you the month, Allie.
Are you kidding
I don't even know the month she was born.
When's Elsie's?
February?
Yeah, what day?
Hey, her birthday is May 31st.
Yes.
Ferguson's is April 27th?
Yes.
Okay,
Elsie's
so
is February 7th or 8th. We actually don't know her actual. We just celebrate one of those days every year. Penise is
what
August
month?
19th.
August? Okay. I don't even. Sorry, Penny. I didn't know you then.
Oh no, you didn't know any of the mother birth.
Okay, you're right.
Oh.
Imagine you were pregnant.
It's just bloat.
That's actually probably pee.
It's pee. I have to pee so bad, but it's enlarged me.
Anyway, that's where we're going to end today's video.
Good night. It's the day.
Okay. Love you. Bye.
Love you, I guess. What did I just say? Love you? I don't know them.
Pre-order the book.